again, friends. I am so pleased to announce that the boilers here at the giant teapot are full again. That means my special blend will be bubbling up shortly. So, if you fancy a nice cuppa, the more the merrier. Goodness! One would think these creatures would be accustomed. Boilers report the water temperature is 92.765 degrees. You're away to go for proper tea. One can't rush such things. There's the whistle. The tea is safe. The perfectly precise. I've done a fine thing here today. Huzzah!
day. join you in eternity.
cry at a moment like this. Such a wonderful moonshine jamboree.
Mr. Della Ripper only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else. Oh, I hear our new tenants have set up a clinic. As if we needed all of these diseases infecting our air. Not that I breathe it in, anyway. The White Spring is in shambles! A mess! How can I clean that which continues to dirty itself? Oh, these responders have gone too far! The better question is, what is right? Everything has run amok. Chaos. Chaos! The responders have taken over the White Spring. Imagine all of the dirty footprints on the carpet. Dust all over the tables. The horror! I am but a humble servant of the White Spring Resort, dedicated to greeting each guest with pleasantries and candor. Or I was, back when our guests had class and decorum. It's some sort of relief effort for all of the refugees in and around Appalachia. If only there was a relief effort for my stress. That would be the enigmatic Orlando. They oversee the White Spring and are allowing the responders to stay here, as well as their constituents. I do apologize for the mess. Please enjoy your stay. To accommodate so many guests. They aren't even paying.
We could always use an extra.
Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment. That will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf.
Considering all the places I could have ended up.
Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the refuge. A place of safety and care for all in need. The refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them. What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pitt now. who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for.
Or hell, if you look out the window.
Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now. I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Ms. Lennox. They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Rorich. Delightful man. Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed it to better reflect its dreadful circumstances. Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer. In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. Sadly, this is not that world, and any reticence on their part is understandable. I don't want to speak for the responders, but I believe they may also see this as more for their Union friends than for themselves. Your assistance with their more immediate concerns will ensure everyone benefits. Isn't that a good outcome? Why, from me, of course. Rather, from the management via me, that is. When management heard the responders were restoring the vertibird, they wished to help. They provided the ultracells, and I suggested them to the responders as an alternative means of fueling the vertibird. Per management instructions, I distribute a quantity to certain individuals regularly. Management feels this encourages collective decision-making rather than stockpiling. I'm sure they'd be willing to part with them in exchange for your aid. I could not possibly speak to your experience, dear. It sounds remarkable to make such discoveries. All I can tell you is that the management provides them for the refuge. Regrettably, that is as much as I know of the matter. I might wager that whomever was behind the ultracell you discovered likely shared similar contacts with management at some point, but who can say? My dear, you must understand, much as I would like to, my responsibilities do not permit me to do so. I am but a humble employee of the management, and I distribute their resources as instructed to the letter. I hope you will not begrudge me my loyalty. I find myself quite fond of you already. Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner over in the common area is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded. Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the Pitt Union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark.
Is this a refuge or a palace?
Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
Good evening, sir.
How are the folks at Foundation doing? If I wasn't so busy, I'd go visit sometime.
Always something that needs doing.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off. Until dinner.
Robot butlers? Is this a refuge or a palace?
Hell yes, I was born in a barn else. What's your excuse? You don't know me at all.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rats.
Bird ain't the only thing running on empty around here.
I wait on you, brother. I never thought a single person could be spread so thin. The work I do is extremely rewarding. But boy, is it tiring. This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
I was out scavenging for food earlier. Only got attacked by scorched once.
Well, seems like timing is one of your strong suits. Look, I can stitch up a gash with the best of them. But Appalachia, well, she can do a lot worse than cut us open. Got a lot of folks here with sickness we don't understand, and injuries we don't know how to treat. What we need more than anything is know-how. So I propose we trade. What I got that I don't need, for what you need that you don't got. I've heard you're looking ahead into the pit, and the only safe way out of Appalachia is that metal bird Lennox has perched up on the roof. And what keeps her in the air are those ultrasite cells Orlando keeps locked up. So, that's the deal. You bring back medical information that'll help me figure out how to help these folks, and I'll get you all the juice you need. Hope you don't mind a trip over to Cranberry Bog. So talk to me. You in? Now this one might be tricky. Watoga Emergency was almost entirely run by robots. But even robots had to tell their patients how to take care of themselves once they left the hospital. What we're looking for there is any record of that information so we can do the same for our patients here in the refuge. So, how about it? Nice. Well, let's get to it then. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you. Good luck out there. Here to lend a hand, or 'cause you need a hand? Either way, responders.
No problem too big to solve.
Dash of this. A sprinkle of that. Perfection.
Bonjour! My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and potato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process.
Help yourself to any table.
Don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
There's a lot of supplies here, right for the picking.
No reservations required. Help yourself to any table.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
evening. Our late night fare is still available. Please have a seat.
This bloodleaf aioli really elevates the mirelurk meat. This is smelling delicious. Let's add more flavor with some salt and pepper now.
Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get it back by myself.
Oh no, the stew has burned. Do not be discouraged though. Without failure, there is no improvement. Here is your stew. Something is better than nothing, yes? Hopefully, either the settler or raider representative will find some use for this. I last saw them in the bar area.
Please seat yourself. A waiter will be with you.
There's
shortly.
no problem too big to solve.
Are you at the refuge? We've got people going hungry, and too many mouths to feed at Foundation.
It's been sunny all week. I love it here.
I'm not sure what you expect me to do with this. People are hungry for something that's actually edible.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
Can't help themselves. So this is a place that's bringing all these damn people to Appalachia.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe and not somewhere like that.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about? You'd think with all that tinkering Skippy does that he'd come up with something more medicinal.
Well, hello. Do you like Nuka-Cola? Don't be silly. Of course you do.
Always looks exhausted. Oh, you think I'm... a customer. Here to peruse or buy? Either way, prepare your eyes for a feast of the senses, huh? A spectacle like no other. Oh, I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Forgot to properly introduce myself. Giuseppe della Ripa, at your service. Tradesman and curio collector. Welcome to Giuseppe's Curios. Buy, sell, trade, and count. I'm a collector of oddities and eccentricities, and I sell those eccentricities for the right price. Perhaps I might have something to your liking. Oh, I've called many places home. Clarksburg, New York, now Appalachia again. But none ring truer in my heart than the homeland. Italia!
Oh, the work I do is extremely rewarding.
I agree.
Boy, is it tiring.
You walk past and see a sparkle at the edge of your vision. Maybe it's a dusty mirror or a long-forgotten urn. A decades-old music box. That's a curio. Fame and fortune. Or maybe just fortune. Perhaps neither. It's easier to earn money than to search for what you're really looking for. Let's just say I'm looking for some things I've lost that may be found again. I don't know if I can find them definitively, but it is worth the risk. I have books upon books of riddles. They keep a man entertained. Besides, it's a good conversation starter. You have only ever seen me in the distance, never up close. Look in any direction, and I will be there. What am I? Yes, the horizon, forever in the distance. No matter how far you walk, you will never reach it. Do come back.
It's been sunny all week. I love it here.
You're very jumpy, aren't you? Perhaps it's nerves. Ever been to Clarksburg? Why would you ever need to go when you've got everything you need at Giuseppe's Curios?
Exclusive to the White Spring, early release bottles of the newest fluorescent.
How are the folks at Foundation?
Well, hello there, stranger. Pleased to meet you. I'm Sophie Wagner. Look around. The Refuge. Quite a place, isn't it? I mean, sure, fancy pants golf club resort, that's nice, but I'm talking about the Refuge. A haven for the lost, the dispossessed, the hungry, and unfortunate. A monument to our ability to have compassion for each other. Isn't it grand? Isn't it worth preserving, building, growing?
We could always use an extra hand around here.
Sort of. Well, I haven't seen you around before, so, glad to have you. But I wasn't trying to recruit you anyway. I'm actually more in the material support end of things. Scouting for volunteers isn't really my department. Yes, exactly. You understand, I can tell. A future filled with people supporting each other, regardless of background or history. It's always good to meet someone who can see the big picture. Now, how'd you like to be a part of it?
Oof, I can't wait.
Now that's what I'm talking about. People supporting each other. You got the right spirit. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but well, we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running. Oh, yeah, I guess I am. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why shouldn't I be? We're living in the aftermath of the apocalypse. But here we all are in a place filled with people dedicated to helping each other. You ask me, that means we're pretty dang lucky, right? A lot to be excited about. Happy, even. Let me check my notes. We always need molded plastic. You can never have too much of it, and I gotta be honest, we don't have enough. I'd love it if you could help us with, 50 pieces? We could do a surprising amount of good for a surprising amount of people.
Can't believe we've got a bird of
Yeah. The warm glow of providing aid to your fellow person. The joy of supporting a noble and worthwhile cause. Isn't that great? Okay, if that's not enough for you, Rucker's given the okay to dole out some of the ultrasight battery cells we've got to spare. We use them to power the vertibird on the roof. They use it to fly aid missions to places outside Appalachia. I got a feeling you might be helping out there. So I bet you'll find a use for these. A lot of toys were plastic. They're always good. Some containers, like for cleaning supplies. Old food trays were often made from it too, if you find any. That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though.